Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to our channel R2S News and Updates. मेरा नाम हेमलता।
मेरा बीना।
So guys, कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? I hope कि आप सब बहुत ही अच्छे होंगे। So guys, आप लोग बहुत सारा प्यार दिया हमारे जितने भी हम लोग पॉडकास्ट रिएक्शन किया है उसमें, तो इसलिए हम लोग लेके आ गए फिर से एक नया पॉडकास्ट पे रिएक्शन। एंड ये गाइज आप लोग का सजेशन भी बहुत था, आप लोग कमेंट कर रहे थे कि इसमें रिएक्ट करो, तो हम लोग लेके आ गए हैं, उस पर रिएक्ट करने वाले हैं आज, विच इज बियर बाइसेप्स के वीडियो पर। द रणवीर शो, मेजर विवेक जेकब ऑन आर्मी, सर्वाइवल, स्पेशल फोर्स, माइंडसेट एंड मोर। सो गाइज वीडियो इन तक देखिएगा, अच्छा लगे लाइक कर देना, शेयर कर देना, सब्सक्राइब कर देना हमारे चैनल को।
और जब वीडियो की लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएगी, वो जगह फटाफट चेक करते लेट नहीं करते, लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड।
एंड गाइज हमारे और 2 रिएक्शन चैनल्स हैं जिसका भी लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएगी, जरूर से आके चेकआउट कर लीजिएगा। चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं।
Many Indians consider Major Vivek Jacob to be one of the most legendary modern day figures of the Indian Army. He's a veteran of the Indian Para SF. The Indian Para SF itself is considered to be the most advanced part of the Indian Army.
Yes.
And on a worldwide scale, the Indian Para SF is looked at as one of the most respected regiments of any army anywhere in the world. And the experiences he's had, the stories of combat, the intensity of combat, the extreme combat situations that he has seen are something that will stay with you forever. This is part 1 of our episode with Major Vivek Jacob. So many stories, so many experiences, so many mentality pieces to share with you. We couldn't even encapsulate all of it into 2 parts of this chat with Major Vivek Jacob. This is just part 1 about his tenure with the Indian Army. Part 2 is about what he's doing now with his organization CLAW. But here's part 1.
Okay.
His past, everything he learned, some of his most intense moments brought to you on The Ranveer Show.
Let's start.
Namaste everyone. Welcome to an extremely special episode of The Ranveer Show. Sir, absolute honor having you here. Let me tell you before we begin, this is a very, very requested episode right from the time we started. We have Indian Army veteran Major Vivek Jacob of the Indian Special Forces. So, honor having you here.
Ditto, yeah, same.
So, did I introduce you right? Because when it comes to the Indian Army, the Aam Janta, the public doesn't understand the way it's regimented, the way the army is like divided. People don't understand what the paramilitary is versus what the Indian army is. So, of course, we'll touch upon those points, but this podcast is primarily about your story, everything that you're doing with CLAW, with Operation Blue Freedom. We'll touch upon all those topics, sir. But I'd like to actually begin with your own story. Like after the NDA, everyone knows the journey till the NDA. What happens after that? How does the Indian army get divided?
So it all begins before you get into NDA. Basically, people have, they want to join Air Force or Army or Navy. Mostly it's like that. They already have like preconceived, and some people are slightly on survival mode and all that. They need to just get into the armed forces or something like that and then figure it out from there. A lot of people don't know what it's all about. So for them, there's not much of difference between an Army, Navy or an Air Force. Some people are like that as well. But once you opt like that. So you're, when you go through the merit and all those various stages which are there to enter into the NDA, you're classified into Army, Navy, Air Force. You come like a cadet like that from there only. So then till the 4th term of NDA, you are trained similarly. You all go through, whether you're Army, Navy, Air Force cadets, you go through the same training till the 4th term. 5th term, 6th term is when, at least that's how it was in my time. I don't know what it's like right now. But when you come to the 5th term, you divide into specialized subjects towards the Navy, towards the Air Force, towards the Army.
Okay.
Like the Air Force guys start flying, they start getting taught how to fly gliders. And then the Navy guys go into, navigation and stuff like that, of map reading at sea and stuff. And the Army guys go into weapon training and things like that, which are more, akin to the Army kind of a job.
Yes, sir.
So when we finish off with all this training, from NDA itself, we divide out the Navy guys go to the Naval Academy, the Air Force guys go to the Air Force Academy, the Army guys go to Indian Military Academy. Then we spend about a year there in our various academies, and then we get commissioned and go into our various services. I went into the Army, I chose the Army, went into the Army, and after NDA, I went to IMA. In IMA, when you're completing a year and you're about to get commissioned, there is a place where you have to opt for which particular regiment in the Army you would like to go to.
And what is that based on? Like, what are the different options?
Okay.
What goes on in your head?
So for there is a merit list which is prepared at the end of your training in Indian Military Academy. It is prepared during your adjudged and in your service subjects, in your physical performance, in your sports and games, in your leadership qualities, etc., etc., etc. And then you are placed into a merit depending on your total number of points that you have. So there is something called a super block and there's something called a power block. So and everybody else in between. So super block is the first 10 guys. I don't even remember it's first 10 or first 20 or something like that. They are the super block. They are the top in merit in the course, and they get to choose where they want to go, provided there is a vacancy. But mostly vacancies are there, so they get to choose. Some people opt for engineers, some people opt for like technical arms, or for the infantry, or for the special forces.
उसी में divide हो जाता है कौन क्या
The first
करेगा, है
20
ना?
guys get to choose what they want. The next of the guys, they also get to choose what they want. But depending on the kind of vacancy, it depends where you go. And then there's the power block. So the power block is apparently the lowest in merit, and they also choose what they want. But then depending on the kind of vacancies, they get what is best available. The overall logic behind all of this grading and spreading out is that equal amount of balanced personalities, talent has to go into all regiments. So you'll find a super block guy going to the same place, and you'll find a power block guy also going to the same regiment. But the special forces guy, they choose. You have to volunteer for special forces. Yeah, you have to sign a volunteer form, and you get 3 options: option 1, option 2, option 3. Every guy gets 3 options. So like that.
So like again, the Indian Special Forces, for someone who knows about the army, it's considered okay. This is like the most, for lack of a better word, badass part of the army. Aam Janta doesn't really understand what Special Forces entails. Could you expand a little bit on that?
That is true, huh?
I'll tell you what perspective I'm coming from. We see so much about US Navy SEALs, US Marines, and because of the media in Hollywood and all, it's projected like, oh, these guys are the most badass MFers in the world. And here we have the Indian Special Forces, who are probably even more badass because of the kind of terrain we have in India, because of all the different kinds of operations that the Indian Army deals with. And there's not much about that out there. And I know it's going to change in the next 10, 20 years, sir. But if the change had to begin with this question, how would you introduce the Indian Special Forces to the Indian audiences?
So
बहुत अच्छा
this
क्वेश्चन है.
whole perception of what special forces is, very understandably, because people who are not in special forces, who have not experienced what the job is, have not gone through the training, who have not gone through the combat experiences, etc., would like to delve into who is more, who is less, who is better, who is more this or that. But actually, people who are actually in the special forces know that there's a certain kind of mindset. You'll find a lot of people in the special forces who are not there, right?
You mean not up to the mark?
Yeah. Not up to the mark. Yeah, definitely they don't have what it takes to deliver what is required in combat.
From a mentality perspective.
Yes, it's all what you do finally when the shit is flying. That's what makes you special forces. You can wear any fancy uniform and you can carry any fancy weapon and all sorts of daggers and grenades and fly all sorts of drones and all sorts of UAVs and all sorts of jazz. You can have at your disposal. But if you don't have that instinct to explore and to handle what you find when you're exploring, then it's you're not there. So all special forces across the world, the people who are there, who are going through those experiences, who have chosen those experiences, we choose what we experience constantly. So we are the same. Yeah, it's the same exploratory spirit which is transferred into your brain and generates thoughts, and you act like that on the ground. and in some way you have let go so you can explore. That's the special forces mindset, and that is shared by
खुद
all
खुद
special
को ही
forces across
समझना
the globe.
पड़ता है उस
It's like that.
जगह पे जाके
And
कि
in
क्या
some previous
करना है, क्या नहीं
podcasts also
करना है,
I
कैसे
mentioned,
करना
like
है.
if you send me naked on a mountain, like like that when I say me, I'm talking about the special forces spirit, right? You send me naked in a mountain and you leave me there, I'll get back. And I'll go and do what needs to be done because I've chosen that experience. So that's where the spirit comes from, where you are not satisfied with what is there. You want to know more. You want to explore more. And in the quest of that exploration, special forces is extreme because you're constantly placing your life on the line. So when you're placing your life on the line, you're going into circumstances and situations where you're placing your own life on the line, and your life connected with all the attachments you've got with the rest of what is behind you, your children, your mother, father, brother, sister, love of your life, etc., right? When you're able to put all of that there and then stand on the cutting edges of life and death, you will find. And that's a constant process, constantly going through that.
Yes.
So that's basically exploration. Yeah.
Again, like I know that, an army man wouldn't like me saying that, but again, this is just for the Aam Janta. This is the closest the real life gets to a Rambo or a highest wing of the military, where special forces are sent in, functionally speaking, when there is a difficult job to be done or a very important job to be done. Would the Indian Army send in special forces?
So it's not that there's any job which is difficult or which is easy or whatever, and then special forces are sent to do the impossible and things like that. It's just a matter of efficiency. That is all. Efficiency. So there are certain kind of tasks, certain kind of roles in national security within and without
Mentality
the
कैसे
national
अलग?
boundaries of your particular nation, whichever you may be from, where the powers that be, let's say the government or the armed forces who are operating in various theaters, they decide that, okay, this needs to be done and it needs to be done in this manner. And they've got a variety of, surgical instruments or, hammers, if you want to call them, or whatever. So which they choose that, okay, this job requires to be done in this way. This requires the artillery to come in. This requires the armored corps to come in. This requires the infantry to come in. This requires the missile regiments to come in. This requires the air force to do it. This requires the special forces to do it. It's like that. So everyone is specializing in their job. We are just specializing in what we have been collected to do and organized.
सबका अपना अपना जॉब है, सबका अपना अपना वेपन है, सबका
So
डिफरेंट
again,
अलग
hung
अलग.
around you guys for the last 2-3 days. I've seen the way you all talk even at Claw. And of course, we're going to come to Claw.
No, you have not seen it.
I mean, I've seen a bit of it. I've had like some glimpses, and I've had deep conversations with Major Arun as well. One thing I've noticed is that y'all focus a lot on teamwork, which is the obvious thing. I'm sure that's the obvious skill that gets polished through the course of going through the army.
Yes.
The other thing I'd really again highlight is efficiency. You guys constantly ask questions about processes and ask yourself how things can be improved. So that's one thing I've noticed. Secondly, sir, I got to bring this conversation to you on a very individual level. The podcast, and we've had deep conversations about meditation. It allows the meditator or the podcaster to psychoanalyze fairly well. And I know that you guys psychoanalyze people well as well. That's a part of your job profile. But when I psychoanalyze you, so I feel like there's been 3 versions of you. One's the guy before, the army started, when you were studying for it. The second is the guy who finished his term with the special forces and who took that call about, okay, now I want to change things up. Now let's take another roller coaster. Let's jump from this one to another one. And the
Actually,
third one would be
ये
the
होता
guy
है.
you are right now, who is still evolving, and there's probably going to be a 4th, 5th, 6th one. Might be an entrepreneur, might be someone who runs a personal brand, might be an online persona, might be just a purpose-driven person, might be a spiritual person towards the end, whatever you are right now. But I've seen these 3 distinct versions of you, and often when I speak to podcast guests, I can see a certain level of their life, especially when they open up this much on the show. A part of you, sir, I just feel like you've seen so many layers of things that it will take 10 podcasts to unlock everything you see.
Oh.
So
My
I'd
God.
actually love for you to highlight that journey. Especially, I know there's going to be more mindsets, but would you agree with me when I say that till this point you've had 3 or max 4 different kinds of mindsets in your own life? You had that self-evolution thrice or 4 times.
So it's what I have understood again. Whatever I say is my perception. I am as imperfect as everyone else and as perfect as everyone else. So it's my perception of from my experiences and my understanding, and maybe my past lives, and something like that exists or whatever. So the thing is that what I understood is that there are 3 levels of consciousness at a baseline. That is a follower, a leader, and an explorer. So you
Right.
can very easily classify people into these 3 categories. People who follow, who like to follow something that makes sense to them. People who like to lead people because that makes sense to them. And then there are people who don't care about who's following or who's leading. They are on their own trip, right? They're exploring what it means to be themselves, to be alive, and to have a choice, right? So all human beings at various stages in their life are existing in all these 3 spheres of following, leading, and exploring. Like, even for example, me, every day I'm following someone, I'm leading someone, and I'm on my own trip as well. I'm exploring. So it's like that. So you shift consciousnesses, or you shift in the level of your perception of what is going around you outside and what is going around inside of you at various stages. Depending on where you are, you will be functioning as such. So yeah, there will be shifts and all that. All these shifts are there, but actually what is there? There is only pure consciousness. Actually, that is only there, right? So it's that pure consciousness which is trying to find out itself, right? Trying to understand itself, realize itself, so it can be free, right? And reach a level of vibration where it is in bliss forever, if you want to, call it like that. So yeah, so if I look at myself, if I look back at my life and I see my consciousness level or my awareness levels and what drove me towards certain actions, certain choices in life, and now where I am, where I was 10 years from now, 5 years from now, and where I'm going to be tomorrow as well. There are these shifting consciousnesses or awareness levels, etc. But there is one single thing which is constant throughout. And that is a spirit to be free, a spirit to be free. Yeah, if you just want to crunch it, a spirit to be free. Now that spirit to be free manifests itself in our life in these 3 levels. Sometimes you're following to learn something, you'll meet some guru, or you'll meet some, you'll have a commanding officer in the army or somebody you look up to and you'll follow him by choice or because of circumstances or whatever. And then you'll be placed in a leadership role. Everybody is in a leadership role in some way or the other. And then you are at an exploratory stage also constantly. Now, where your consciousness is operating at that point of time, whether it is at a follower stage or a leader stage or at an exploratory stage, at that particular moment is where you are. And then there is a general overall perception of a human being of his own life. And in my case, that's like a rocket, just want to fly off. Yeah. Just reach what we already are. It's just that journey of raising your awareness levels. Yeah. That's it.
So Devang from the Claw team, me and him were having a deep conversation yesterday about how you guys have your own trajectory when you joined the Special Forces. And I've had these same conversations with Major Arun as well. Just very different mentality with you guys. And from the outside looking in, I believe it's because of 2 things in particular. One is the training and the mentality you develop during the training.
Right.
You
Yes.
explain this to me, and I'd love for you to cover that aspect on the podcast. And the second thing is actual combat, practicals, if you may. The theory and your practicals of what you've studied. I feel that really changes you as a human being.
इन लोग को
So,
ट्रेनिंग
first,
में
would you agree
ट्रेनिंग
when I
ऐसा
say
होता
that?
है ये लोग बहुत प्रैक्टिकल हो भी
Your
जाते हैं.
experiences unlock your own potential of what you are. That's it.
So could you highlight these 2 phases of your life and what you gained again as a man? Like, because I feel every human being has that process where you're going from being a child to becoming an adult, and it happens repeatedly. But specifically when we're talking about the Indian Special Forces, I feel like these are the two big changes: your training and actually going through combat. I'd love to know that. Sir.
So, special forces is a state of mind, like I said, right? It's a state of consciousness level. It's a state of being exploratory in nature and willing to put in all that you have to be able to see more, to explore more, at even the cost of your own life and your cost of the attachments that you have, right? So, in the special forces, or I'll speak about myself, I would look for all these probationers who would come, I would look for that spirit. Now, if that guy had that spirit, it's very easy to spot it, tuck, you can pick it up, right? So when you spot it, then it's just a matter of letting it happen. The selection process of special forces is so intense that,
Yes.
all your paraphernalia of your ego and your perceptions of yourself and all those things, they dissolve in the amount of energy which is expended or you are exposed to. It just shatters all
सब
that
कुछ
is around
निकल
you,
जाता है.
and very quickly you are brought out from there and then looked at.
So you
and
mean
seen.
like energy, like physical, mental, emotional, all kinds?
Yeah, full spectrum of energy. Your circumstances around you, the world that you are experiencing, be it what your body is experiencing, what your eyes are seeing, basically what your mind is experiencing in those set of circumstances which are created, time-tested set of circumstances which are created to break you, and then see what is there and expose it, bring it out, and have a clear look at it, and straight away make a judgment that do I want to walk with this man in combat or not? If I'm going exploring, would I want this guy by my side or not? Can I trust this man to be able to do what needs to be done, right? So the first filtration process starts from the volunteering phase itself. And so it takes a lot to volunteer for the special forces, especially when you've been in the academy, you've been in NDA for three and a half years, whatever, like me, 3.5 years, I got relegated, I had a broken leg, blah, blah, blah. So 3 years in the NDA and then 1 year in the IMA. And then after all of this intense amount of ragda that you get, and you still choose for more, right? So it takes balls to fill in your volunteer form. So when people volunteer, that's the first level of clearance that they've already crossed. When they volunteer for special forces, when they take the decision to put their pen on that paper and sign it.
Okay, I want to go one level higher now.
Yeah, I want to see more. Yeah. So that's the volunteer of this thing. And then you have to be at a certain level, like there are merit lists and all that. A lot of people now apply for the special forces and all that. In our time, it wasn't so many. But in my batch, like, it was an explosion. Normally, there are 5-6 guys out of a course of 350 who are applying for special forces. In my time, there was 33-35 people
Oh
who
my
applied.
God.
So, because our
बाप रे,
instructors
इतना?
who were there from the special forces was so
300,
inspiring.
350 में 5
So when you
choose
volunteer,
किया जाता है,
you come into the, if you fit in the bracket of various things that are required, you are picked up and you're allowed to come to a special forces unit. And in that special forces unit, when you come in from the moment you land up at that gate, from there onwards, your life shifts. Everything is stripped off you, right? Right from your ego to your clothes to your whatever it is there. You are brought into the moment, and that moment is crushing in nature. Right.
Are you allowed to expand on that? Or
Yeah,
like
I can.
what happens?
Yeah. So I'll complete what I'm saying and then take you down the various alleys, So you're basically, you volunteer. That's a level of clearance itself. It takes a lot for a person to be able to sign that form, because he knows if he fails, there's so many things to lose. So many people know that you're volunteering for the special forces and all that. You don't make it, there's so much of disappointment within, and then if you have an ego, you'll feel less because other people will judge you and stuff like that. There's a lot to lose if you really think about it. But then people who are able to, and there is never any surety that you will make it. There is never any surety. Only those people are sure who don't even think about it. They just land up there, right? The rest of the people who start judging whether I will get selected, not get selected, what will happen, this will happen, that will happen, they go through a lot of inner turmoil. And they have to deal with that besides dealing with what, shit is being thrown at a volunteer. So then when you reach the gate, and then you come into an environment, that environment is built to screw you, is built to teach you, break you, and teach you new things.
पूरा हार्ड ट्रेनिंग
But the
होता
spirit
है.
is the same. So you're already there. You're just being taught, right? So you go through that process. It's a 3-month process, and I was very fortunate to go through 6 months of that process because of various reasons. And then when you go through that entire process, you learn a lot, not only about special forces skill sets and things like that, but also you come to realize about yourself a lot. What your body is capable of, what your mind is capable of, what your heart is capable of, and what is there beyond when you give up, when you just let it all go, and you're hanging by that thread of choice, because it's a choice you made. So you're hanging by the thread of choice, constantly there. And when that choice is so strong and you remain there, that's what we are looking for. An ability to make a choice for yourself and stick by it. So
बहुत
that's
हिम्मत
what
लगता
filters
है
out in combat.
वो
you know.
choose
That's what
करना.
you want in combat. So when combat is happening, when bullets are flying, bombs are exploding, people are freaking dying, killing each other, all that shit is happening, intense amount of chaos. It's chaos. The whole universe is gone. It's just like you're there, right? So it's at that time there is this immense amount of clarity, or there will be an immense amount of confusion. So that difference between immense amount of clarity and immense amount of confusion is based on how much of an ability to make a choice you have got. So that we are able to determine during the probation process itself, during the selection process itself, we are able to determine that is this guy going to stick, or is he going to run? We don't judge it. It's okay to run or whatever. It's natural. But that's not what's going to work in combat, man. You know, if you run, you're weakening the team itself. So the team has to stand, line up, and fucking get into it. So it has to be like that. You have to go in rather than get out. You have to go in, penetrate, reach, tear it open, and open it up, and make it your own.
Yes, sir.
You make that space your own. So there are certain kind of people who are at that consciousness level where they understand that the choice is theirs. Those are the kind of people we look for.
Yes, sir.
And the entire selection process is to be able to see whether that guy is like that or not. So people are already like that. So we choose from those people. And the circumstances are such that all those people who are not already at that stage of making their own choices and sticking by them, the rest of them just get out from there. They get out very, very quickly. There are some who are more. So we that's why it is a long process. People have different levels of being able to make a choice. We want the guys who can make the ultimate choice.
3 months process.
Because they made it. And they can stick by it, even if, Yamraj comes and stands in front of you, you'll tell her, fucking put a bullet in you, man. Get the fuck out of my way. It's like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
ओके अगर मतलब बात जो यहाँ पे बताया गया, यहाँ पे जो ये लोग डिस्कस कर रहे थे, मतलब यही लगा कि अगर आप एज अ ऑप्शन अगर स्पेशल फोर्स चूज करते हो तो मतलब आप अलग ही दुनिया में जाने के लिए रेडी हो. बिल्कुल मतलब
बिल्कुल
आपका पहले आपका अलग ट्रेनिंग होता है, फिर आप स्पेशल फोर्स पे जाते हो, तो मतलब उससे मतलब अलग डिफरेंट लेवल में जाने की सोचते हो. कभी कभी ऐसा हो जाता है कि मतलब उन लोगों के ऊपर कि मतलब वो लोग एक स्टेज पे आके रुक जाते हैं कोई. लेकिन अगर कोई जो स्पेशल फोर्स के लिए माइंड सेट लेके रखते हैं, वॉलेंटियर होने के लिए वो लोग तैयार रहते हैं, तो वो लोग अलग लेवल में जाने की मतलब एक हायर लेवल में जाने के लिए रेडी रहते हैं, है ना?
जज्बा रखते हैं जिसको बोलते हैं.
और कभी ऐसा भी हो जाता है कि मतलब चलो ट्राई कर लेते हैं. एक ऐसा हो जाता है ना कि मतलब चलो ट्राई कर लेते हैं, है ना? उसके बाद
सबका अलग अलग सोच है. कोई होता है कि हाँ मुझे जाना ही है, कोई होता है कि हाँ चलो एक बार ट्राई तो करके देखते हैं. और यहाँ पे सर ये भी बोले ना कि कोई ऐसा होता है जो लोग पहले सोचते हैं, मतलब आ तो जाते हैं, आने के बाद फिर सोचते हैं कि आना सही था.
बहुत
हाँ,
माइंड में चलता है उस
एग्जैक्टली क्योंकि वहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग इतना टफ होता है, जो एकदम प्रोफेशनल अलग से ट्रेनिंग दिया जाता है ना उन लोग को, तो ट्रेनिंग ही इतना टफ होता है कि आके वो लोग सोच में पड़ जाते हैं कि आके वो लोग सही किया कि नहीं.
मतलब सर ने बताया ना कि मतलब ऐसे झट से पता चल जाता है कि मतलब कौन आगे जाएगा, क्योंकि ऐसा होता है कि कोई सोच में रहता है कि मतलब अगर नहीं सिलेक्ट होंगे होंगे तो फिर बाहर जाएंगे तो क्या क्या लोग कैसे जज करेंगे, और बहुत कुछ, और नहीं सिलेक्ट हो पाएंगे तो घर में क्या बताएंगे, ऐसा ऐसा बहुत सारे सोच
बहुत
रहते हैं।
सब
किसी
अलग-
का रहता है कि यार चलो देखते ही है ना क्या होता है, और वो लोग ही आगे चला जाता है, देखना मतलब।
मतलब ज्यादा सोचना नहीं है कुछ,
हाँ।
बस करते जाना करते जाना करते जाना है।
और मतलब अगर चूज किए तो अपना लेवल हायर लेवल ही होगा, तो वो ट्रेनिंग और भी ज्यादा हार्ड होगा। तो उस टाइम पे गिव अप, जो फ्री रहता है, फ्री स्पिरिट का रहता है, तो वो लोग कर देते हैं। लेकिन जो थोड़ा सा सोचते हैं वो थोड़ा सा पीछे सोच में रह जाते
एक्चुअली
हैं।
क्या होता है ना, उसमें है ना मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ भी लगता है, फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ भी लगता है।
और मुझे फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ तो बिल्कुल सही है, लेकिन मुझे लगता है फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ भी ना मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ के ऊपर डिपेंड करके रखते रहते हैं। क्योंकि अगर मेंटली आप अगर बोलेंगे नहीं करना ही है, तो आप फिजिकली मतलब
आप कर सकते
हो। वही होता है ना।
एग्जैक्टली। तो मतलब हम लोग को सबको पता है कि ये ट्रेनिंग कितना हार्ड होता है, कैसा होता है।
और हम लोग बहुत पॉडकास्ट भी देखे हैं 2 पहले तो
मतलब हम लोग को ये पता चल गया कि हाँ, उन लोग का 90 डेज का मतलब 3 मंथ्स का एक ट्रेनिंग पीरियड रहता है। उसमें वो लोग मतलब एक्सट्रीम लेवल पे उन लोग एक्सप्लोर करते हैं।
और यहाँ पे जो बताया कि मतलब आपका डिसीजन लेना रहता है, ये उन लोगों को लेना पड़ता है कि मतलब आप वो लोग गिव अप करेंगे या कंटिन्यू करते रहेंगे। तो वही रहता है
एक्चुअली ना उस टाइम में ना माइंड में एक चीज आता होगा, जैसे मुझे फील हो रहा है कि आप ना मतलब सोचो कि फिजिकल, क्योंकि सबका फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ सेम नहीं होता है, तो मे बी कोई गिव अप कर देता है, बहुत सारे लोग गिव अप कर देते हैं। लेकिन उस टाइम में ये चीज माइंड में जरूर रहता होगा कि मैं गिव अप कर दूं तो फिर नहीं करना है, मतलब काइंड ऑफ ये
उस टाइम पे जब हार्ड ट्रेनिंग चलता है, तो उस टाइम पे ऐसा लगता है ना कि मतलब वो तो थॉट घूमता है कि मतलब ऐसे कैसे गिव अप कर दो, ऐसे आगे जाके
हाँ,
और एक
हाँ,
रहता है
हाँ।
कि और नहीं कर पा रहे, और बॉडी मतलब और नहीं ले पा
Because
रहे,
जितना
ये
हम-
दोनों थॉट चलता है।
बिकॉज जितना हम लोग को ये पता है कि वो लोग 90 डेज लिटरली सोते नहीं है। मतलब मतलब कैसे भी उन लोग को सिर्फ 1 आवर का एक रेस्ट मिलता है। मतलब वो सोते, नींद आते आते ऑब्वियसली बॉडी टायर्ड रहता है तो नींद आ ही जाएगा, लेकिन 1 घंटे का नींद कुछ नहीं होता है उस टाइम पे, है ना। तो कंटिन्यूअसली आप देखने जाओ तो 3 मंथ्स उन लोग को मतलब विदाउट नींद और कुछ मतलब कुछ भी नहीं, सिर्फ ट्रेनिंग, तो उन लोग का बॉडी माइंड पूरा एकदम एक अलग ही लेवल पे पहुंच जाता है।
क्योंकि आप वही माहौल पे रहते हो ना कि आपका कुछ सोचना ही नहीं है, सिर्फ आपका एक ही फोकस रहेगा, ट्रेनिंग, बस वही रहता है। तो उसमें भी और ऐसा हो जाता है ना कि आर्मी में देखना कि आप अकेले नहीं जा सकते, आपका टीम के साथ ही जाना पड़ता है। आप कभी अपने फ्रेंड को छोड़ के नहीं आगे बढ़ सकते हो। तो
Exactly.
वो हो जाता है कि अगर आप पीछे रह जाओगे तो आपका फ्रेंड जो
हाँ,
है
मतलब
वो पूरा टीम
एक
पीछे रह
टीम
जाएगा।
पीछे रह जाएगा।
वो भी एक
तो माइंड में चलता है कि मेरी वजह से कुछ ऐसा कुछ ना हो, है ना, तो ये भी चलता है। सो
तो
ऑब्वियसली
इसीलिए वो लोग जब निकलते हैं बाहर, ऐसा ट्रेनिंग पूरा हो जाता है, जब वो लोग बाहर निकलते हैं तो उन लोग का अलग सोच ही रह जाता है। ये देखना यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन किया, मतलब उसने क्वेश्चन किया कि स्पेशल फोर्स बहुत अलग होता है, उनका स्पेशल ट्रेनिंग रहता है। तो इन्होंने यहाँ पे बताया कि मतलब कोई भी अलग नहीं होते हैं, सबका बस अलग अलग ट्रेनिंग रहता है, कोई अलग किसी से नहीं होता। ये जो माइंडसेट है कोई किसी से अलग नहीं है, वही उन लोगों को ट्रेनिंग में सिखा देते हैं।
एग्जैक्टली
वही मतलब यही तो वो लोग सीखते हैं ना कि कोई अलग नहीं है, कोई ऊपर किसी के आप ऊपर नहीं हो, किसी के नीचे नहीं हो।
हाँ, तो वो लोग क्या सीनियर क्या जूनियर सब एक साथ काम करते हैं, है ना। तो यही होता है टीम वर्क ऑब्वियसली। सो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग, जहां तक हम लोग देखे वो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग हम लोग को लगा, एंड बहुत अच्छा भी लगा। सो यही था हमारा रिएक्शन गाइस। आपको कैसा लगा आप हमें कमेंट में जरूर बताइएगा। अगर यहाँ तक वीडियो देखे हैं, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वाचिंग आवर वीडियो। आपको अच्छा लगा लाइक कर दो, शेयर कर दो, सब्सक्राइब कर दो हमारे चैनल को। ओरिजिनल वीडियो की लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएगी, जरूर से आके चेकआउट कर लीजिएगा। एंड गाइस हमारे और 2 रिएक्शन चैनल्स हैं, उसको भी चेकआउट कर लीजिएगा, आपको लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिल जाएगी। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, बाय।